Hi everyone. Today I am back with day 15 of Diamine's Inkvent Calendar for 2024, the black edition. I think I know the name of this ink because I was reading on Reddit a while ago and someone said this is kind of spoilery and just like said they didn't like the ink from day 15 and gave the name unless, they got their fact wrong or something like that. But I did read the list of the tentative list of the names of the inks back in, like, I think, yeah, July when I ordered it. And again, when I did my video of the unboxing of the calendar in October. So I did know the names like going in. That's not really a spoiler. And I kind of guessed the colors. Some of the inks might be based on the names. Like, for example, we already opened cranberry. Like, who would have guessed that was anything but like reddish pink? And we just did mint twist yesterday. Who would have guessed mint was anything other than green? And so anyway, if it turns out to be the name I was told, that's not really a spoiler because I don't know the color other than that person disliked it. That could mean anything. People like all sorts of different colors, but also that's leading into my usual disclaimer at the start. Like, don't, if you're going to do the inks like early on social media, have the common decency and courtesy to do like spoiler warnings and like hide them in Facebook comments and do like, spoiler tags on your blog or Reddit or whatever other sites, because that's kind of ruining the fun and the surprise for those of us who like to wait until the day of to be surprised. And so let's see if number 15 is the name I was told and what color it actually is. Let's see, number 15, the tab is up here. Sometimes the tabs kind of like blend into the box. This is, yeah, it is sleigh ride like I was told, and this looks like a kind of like a orangey, like brownish color, like a reddish orangey brown. Is this, doesn't look like it's, this is an extreme sheen. Maybe that's what the person objected to, like, because extreme sheen, sometimes they can like pretty much totally, almost totally cover the ink, the color you were led to expect it would be. So sometimes I guess that could be a nasty or unwelcome, like unwanted, unexpected surprise for some people. But let's just see what exactly sleigh ride like swatches out to be in the writing sample. Ooh, this is going down. It looks kind of like a very brownish red color. That's very interesting. Oh, and I'm seeing orange too. Wow, this, I might like this color even though that person didn't, but when the ink is dry, the sheen will reveal itself. Maybe I won't like the extreme sheen so much after that, and we'll do another go through with the ink. That's what I've been doing. I was reading somewhere a lot of people, they do all the, oh, I'm sorry, I'm saying obviously yet again, they go through the entire swatch first, and then they go through again with the 2/3 top of the swatch, and then they do yet another go through with the top third. So there's basically the darkest, like brightest, most vivid, whatever stuff at the top, and then there's kind of a medium effect of the color in the towards the middle, and then at the bottom you see the color the way it looks at the lightest. So this is, so this looks kind of almost black in the thickest section, and that's, oh, and I see a gold sheen peeping through on the edges, and I see some pink and orange and brown. This is like a very interesting color. I mean, I can kind of see why that one person might have disliked that color. They didn't think this looked Christmassy or wintry because it's so like blackish brown, just like too dark. But I am kind of liking what I see so far, but the writing sample will determine everything. It's going down in that same kind of reddish brown, like blackish, almost winey color. I kind of do like this, but the gold is becoming even more pronounced as it's drying, and this is a super fast dryer. It was already drying on the dip pen. I'm going to have to like wash that off very carefully in the sink afterwards. So yeah, this looks very, kind of reminds me of a day four forest gâteau, that kind of dark, like winey cherry color, more kind of like mature, so-called professional red instead of the bright, vibrant, eye-popping in your face red. But this is, yeah, I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing so far, but the sheen might tell another story after it's dry in the writing sample. So I do like what I'm seeing based on this. Wow, and it is very, very dark up at the toppermost of the swatch card. You can see, wow, this is, and the gold is kind of off to the sides. It's gleaming through, and it's like very, very dark over on this section with the most ink. That's going to be really interesting to see what shakes out when I do the longer writing sample. There is a longer writing sample, as I mentioned, and it depending on the, I guess, the angle of the dip pen I was using or how much ink was clinging to it at that particular moment, it varies between kind of a sour cherry type of red or like a wineish red to going to, it seems to be drying into like a golden brown, a greeny type of sheen up at the top in the slightly thinner section of the writing. But the way it looks, you can see on the swatch, it looks noticeably different than it's turning out on this particular paper. But that's kind of a given that happens frequently, depending on what kind of paper you have. Sometimes it absorbs ink like more than a certain other kind of paper will. So, some nibs look markedly different depending on which particular like company's paper you are using, and certain colors like show up differently depending on the particular color absorbency or whatever the coating of the paper. So that's, kind of to be expected. I like what I'm seeing in this particular part of the swatch, and all the parts of the swatch, I'm sorry, the writing sample, they look very nice. So yeah, I might get an entire bottle of it if it looks this way, but the way it's, turning out right here with this like extreme sheen, I'm not really a fan so far of extreme sheening for writing, because I like my ink to go down, one color and expect it to, stay that one color. But overall, this is a nice color. I don't know what that person on Reddit was going on about. I don't see what's like so wrong or bad or ugly about this shade. It's just, if you just don't like dark colors or extreme sheening, maybe it's not for you. But like I was expecting, a really ugly, disgusting color, maybe something you could barely write with, maybe like a kind of smoky gray or something like that. But this is, perfect for people who love, golds and reds, and like the wine red, almost, purple, and like, it looks kind of even black at the edges, and you can see the gold peeping through around. So pink, orange, like so many different colors moving together. This is another winner. Thank you very much for watching all the way through to the end, and I will see you guys again tomorrow for day number 16 of Diamine's Inkvent. Bye.